Drop your legs.
Hey, hey. Okay. Hey, 400. Hey.
Breaking news from the training camp. Kevin Stefanski has just made a move that's sure to turn some heads. Shedeur Sanders, once viewed as the second or even third string QB, is now getting 11-on-11 reps with the first team. That's right, the rookie, who many thought was a development project, is now getting a serious shot at the starting role, and Stefanski, he's watching closely, as Sanders drops some absolute peaches in these crucial team drills. This isn't just a "let's see what he's got" situation. Stefanski's decision speaks volumes about the confidence he has in Sanders. The young QB has been making plays, showing composure, and connecting with the first team like he's been in this offense for years. What does this mean for the QB battle in Cleveland? Is Sanders ready to challenge for the top spot, or is this just the beginning of a fierce competition? Shedeur Sanders kicked things off with the usual group warm-ups, moving fluidly alongside the rest of the team. Nothing flashy, just the basics to get the blood flowing and the muscles loose. But it was when he shifted into individual drills that things really started to get interesting. Sanders quickly caught the eye of the coaches with his sharp mechanics, smooth footwork, and that calm, collected demeanor that you just don't see from most rookies. His individual throws were on point and accurate. Shedeur Sanders threw some peaches in the individual QB throw session, and that got Kevin Stefanski's attention. It didn't take long before Stefanski made his move, putting Sanders in 11-on-11 reps with the first team. That's when Shedeur really made headlines for the day. In the 11-on-11 session, every throw Sanders made was calculated. He wasn't just firing the ball downfield, he was reading the defense, making quick decisions, and executing with surgical precision. His ability to go through progressions seamlessly and identify mismatches was impressive. He wasn't rattled by pressure, and he wasn't forcing anything.
Drop your legs.
Hey, hey. Okay. Hey, 400.
Here, you can see Kevin Stefanski closely monitoring Shedeur Sanders, and it's clear. He looked as if he was happy to have made the decision to put Sanders in the huddle with the first team. There was something in Stefanski's demeanor, a look of satisfaction, almost as if he was saying, "I knew this kid had it." It wasn't just about testing him in a drill anymore. It was about seeing if Sanders could step up in a real team situation. And from what we saw, he was absolutely answering the call. And Shedeur? He wasn't just going through the motions. He was responding to the challenge, executing each play with a quiet confidence that spoke volumes. In the huddle, Sanders wasn't a rookie trying to fit in. He was a quarterback running the show, calling out protections, leading his teammates with ease. His ability to command the huddle like that, even with all the pressure, showed that he's not fazed by the moment. And while Stefanski was watching closely, Shedeur Sanders came up with a great throw that had everyone talking. The play came when the pocket started collapsing, but instead of panicking, Sanders kept his cool. With a quick shuffle of his feet, he evaded the oncoming pressure, reset himself, and then, boom, he launched an absolute missile down the sideline. The ball flew through the air, perfectly placed in the hands of his receiver, hitting him right in stride as if it was rehearsed 1,000 times. There was no hesitation, no forceful fling, just pure technique, timing, and touch. It was everything you want in a quarterback's highlight throw. When the next throw came, it honestly topped the last. Shedeur found himself in a vulnerable position. Defenders tangled up, pushing for better positioning, and the pocket closing in fast. In that moment, most quarterbacks would have forced something or taken the risk of a big hit, but not Shedeur. He stayed cool, calm, and collected. Instead of scrambling or panicking, he noticed something the defense didn't. While everyone was focused on the chaos, his receiver was slipping through the cracks, wide open on the far left. Without missing a beat, Shedeur quickly scanned the field, saw his target, and with perfect timing, delivered a pass that hit his receiver in stride, right on the money. The poise, the awareness, it was next level. Shedeur Sanders didn't just rely on his arm, he showed he has the footwork and poise to match. In the next rep, he found himself in a tight spot, with the pocket collapsing and defenders closing in. There was no space to make a clean throw. But instead of forcing a bad pass or taking a sack, Shedeur did what most quarterbacks struggle with under pressure. He bought himself time without losing focus. With defenders closing in from all angles, Shedeur stayed calm. He quickly recognized the pressure and, without skipping a beat, pivoted to his left. It wasn't a panicked scramble. He was moving with purpose, finding a better angle to survey the field. By stepping out of the clutter, he cleared his vision and regained control of the play. Shedeur Sanders wasn't done showcasing his versatility. He took it up a notch with a move that left everyone, coaches included, stunned. In one particular rep, things took a wild turn and no one saw it coming. Shedeur received the snap, but instead of launching a pass, he pulled off something unexpected. In a split second, he placed the ball into the hands of a defensive tackle standing beside him. Yep, you heard that right, a defensive tackle. It wasn't a mistake, it was part of the plan. The tackle, now holding the ball, took off down the field, dodging defenders and using his momentum to power through traffic. The crowd was on its feet, watching as the big man made his way toward the end zone, showcasing a whole different kind of playmaking that had everyone buzzing. But that wasn't it. The last rep of the day, the highlight, was a moment that will be remembered for a long time. Shedeur Sanders found himself facing overwhelming pressure. The defense was all over him, closing in from every direction, and it seemed like there was nowhere to go. The pocket was collapsing fast, defenders swarming, and you could feel the tension rising. It was a classic make-or-break moment. And this is where Shedeur showed his true brilliance. With all that chaos around him, he didn't flinch. Calmly, he surveyed the field. And while his receiver wasn't far, there was one glaring risk, a potential interception. The window was tiny, and any slight miscalculation could have led to a turnover. But instead of rushing or panicking, Shedeur made a calculated decision, delivering a perfect throw through that tight window with just enough touch and accuracy to avoid disaster. As the training session wrapped up, it was clear that Kevin Stefanski's decision to give Shedeur Sanders first-team reps was a turning point. The coach's confidence in the young quarterback not only validated Shedeur's potential, but seemed to ignite a new level of intensity in his game. Every throw, every movement was an expression of that trust. Shedeur wasn't just playing to impress, he was playing to prove he belongs. Stefanski's belief in Sanders allowed the rookie to embrace the pressure, and he responded with poise and precision. From making clutch throws in tight windows to displaying unmatched footwork under pressure, Shedeur showed that he can handle the heat of the NFL spotlight. But perhaps most importantly, it's clear he's not just relying on his natural talent, he's putting everything into it, using each rep as an opportunity to grow and refine his craft. With Stefanski's confidence backing him, Sanders is rising to the occasion. The competition for the starting QB job in Cleveland is now more open than ever. And if Shedeur continues on this path, the Browns may have found a future star ready to lead their offense. What do you think of Stefanski's decision to throw Shedeur Sanders into the 11-on-11 reps with the first team? Do you think it was the right move? Or should he have played it safe and stuck with the veterans? How much do you believe Stefanski's confidence in Sanders is helping to elevate his game? Could this be the start of something big for Shedeur? Or do you think the pressure will eventually catch up with him? And finally, How do you see this QB battle playing out in Cleveland? Does Sanders have what it takes to challenge for that starting role? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.